When I got roped into hosting an Intel Extreme upgrade, I thought I'd just be building a computer, but unfortunately no. It's for Tynan here, one of our creator warehouse engineers, so it's not just a computer, but it's a hardline water-cooled computer using frickin' copper tubing. Look at this. This is the hardest way to build a computer. Why did you do this to me? Not only that, this is a capacitor with enough energy to not just murder you, but throw you across the room because he built a frickin' forge. You touch anything in here, you literally die. This is for melting steel to make swords. This is terrifying. Why have you done this?
Because Intel let me.
Thank you, Intel, for sponsoring this video. Before we get to your new computer, I want to take a look at your old one because a pretty major part of the series is the host invades your space. So let's do that. What's your computer look like?
Oh, good. Don't mind the dumpster fire.
I stepped on a screw. There's a lot of crap in here, Tynan.
Yes, it's like a fractal pattern. The closer you look at my piles of shit, the more shit is in there. A mace.
Oh, yeah.
I'm upgrading it.
Ah, so that's why you need the forge.
One of a long list of reasons, yes.
I'm guessing this, at one point in time, was a 3D printer?
Yep, that was a MakerBot that died a sad death.
And you're just holding on to the stepper motors, I guess? Makes sense. Do you have a wheel?
This is supposed to go to my dad at some point, but I haven't gotten around to sending it yet.
I saw that you don't have a chair. Ugh.
I sit in all kinds of fun and weird positions on this thing. One of the classics is like super wide.
Sure.
Especially when all of the stuff was in here and I had literally no space.
And like,
oh,
this?
So it's from Harman Kardon, and their smart assistant no longer exists. I tried to turn it into a dumb spot. It just didn't work.
Razor blade. Just chilling. Cool, cool.
Everything is fine.
What's your computer? Is that like a 1080 or something?
No, that's actually a Titan.
Oh, like a Maxwell?
Yeah. It's not new, but oh boy, does it still work pretty damn well.
Yeah, Maxwell's kind of starting to show its age. Like, most stuff is good, and then sometimes there's like new accelerators, and it's just like, nope, dice.
All of the dice.
A lot of dice. EWP? What's
yeah,
that?
That's my partner's band. I'm making a nice little logo for them that lights up and looks all schwanky.
Also over here, I don't think the camera's seen this yet, there's a whole drum set, which I think is also your partner's, because she's way cooler than you. Is this an old-timey scale?
This is my grandfather's, was my grandfather's. So I'm gonna clean it all up and give it a nice new lease on life. It's very well built.
All right, let's build a PC. I want to do that.
Let's get this case down and start actually building this, because it will take a while.
Yeah, how much of this do you have pre-done?
An amount.
Oh, there might be loose stuff in there. Yeah, it'll be a problem.
It's fine.
For the case, Tynan went with the 011 Dynamic from Lee & Lee.
Evo.
It's kind of at this point sort of like the basic cases, because everyone uses it, but also that's because it's a fantastic case. For the motherboard, you went with the MAG Z690 Tomahawk from MSI. DDR4, why did you choose that?
I started this build quite a long time ago, and DDR5 was really expensive and really hard to get at the time.
And this is a very nice motherboard, particularly when you pair it with a nice old 12700K. So this has 12 CPU cores, 8 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores, and it's the K model, which means that with a Z690 motherboard and a custom water cooling solution, this thing's gonna friggin' rip. For the CPU block, we have the EK Quantum Velocity Squared. EK makes such beautiful stuff.
Yeah, they really do.
EK 360 rad. This thing is a beast, and apparently it is missed but special. That's really cool. Particularly when there's the copper later with this. Dang. Yeah, how much did you spend on fittings for this?
I think all of the water cooling stuff is like $1.5 grand.
Ah.
Ish.
Around we have Crucial Ballistics. This is 3200, which is kind of slow, but also these Micron chips are known to be really good overclockers. Or you can just do what I do and never worry about memory overclocking because it's a stability nightmare.
Probably that one.
Do you want to first get the basics of the water cooling in? I know how to water cool a PC. That's super easy.
Sounds like a plan to me.
What's not so easy is you bought this wonderful Sony 7.1.2 soundbar, which I imagine works really well. How do you plan on attaching this to your wall?
Over there.
Or more so, you are attaching this to your wall. I don't want to do that. Where are the other speakers?
So that it is a standalone unit. It can have subs.
It says 7.1.2.
It has subs built into it that are up firing as well.
Subs. Someone here clearly knows about sound. Like this right here looks like a good setup.
Yes.
Did you like ask anyone? Anyway, do it. These blocks are such a pain in the arse because you screw them from the back, so you have to just like hold it. EK has such a fun combination of incredibly well thought out easy things and incredibly difficult, very high skill things. For storage, Tynan went with a 980.
Down she goes!
With a Samsung 980 Pro. Fantastic drive, PCIe Gen 4, so if direct storage ever actually becomes a thing, it'll be all good to go. If you are buying storage right now, I have heard that Intel Optane drives are really freaking cheap while they're trying to sell them all. That's just a pro tip for you. Oh, the way that they did the milling on this is so good. Like, not only did they route out the bits in here, but they also added designs with it. Does RGB in it?
Yes. Yeah, along the side.
That probably catches all of these too. That's gonna look so good.
This is the part where I don't know if it's actually gonna fully work or not yet.
What?
Yeah, there's a fun complication for that coming soon.
Oh, I see, yep.
Yeah.
That's just a hard connection right there.
Yeah, buddy. So now we're paying for my mistakes. Okay, we're good.
Well, you did it. I looked.
On the pre-builds I did leak test everything, except for this really jank fitting, so fingers crossed.
Is anything going here?
So option number 1 is a mirrored piece of acrylic. Option number 2, a butchered mesh front panel. That was an adventure.
Let's go for the mirror. Unfortunately, we didn't get this from Starforge, so there's no balls to go there.
It's not a f***ing dick.
Asmongold was so mad about
I know, it's so funny.
There are a lot of things that look phallic. That's a baseball bat.
He just raged like, no, it's not.
It's just a hammer. It's like Thor's hammer upside down. It has nothing to do with a dick.
It's not a dick and balls, and it's not definitely just like helping our publicity here.
If you want this to be a dick, you have to try to make it a dick.
For his GPU, Tynan has gone with an RTX 3080 for the Win Ultra from EVGA.
Rip.
F. This is the same graphics card that I have. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it.
And the dog is interested as well.
Here's the actual GPU. Oh, you didn't go for acrylic. You went for the pure acetal.
It looks sick. Also, blocking this thing was a nightmare.
These GPUs go really fast too when you water cool them. You don't even have to like overclock it or anything. It just sees the thermal headroom and just frickin' goes. I absolutely love it when motherboards have the pre-installed IO shields because then you can't forget to install it. But there also is the problem that their tolerances sometimes stack. Our problem here is I currently have our IO shield lined up, and although the IO shield looks good, we're about a 1/4 inch off on the screw holes here. Here's how you do this. Now we just it makes the whole thing stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a rebar in a building where you have to pre-stress it. Now your motherboard's pre-stressed, so your entire chassis is all just way more stiff. Before I worry too much about getting all of the water cooling in there and having tubes in my way, I'm gonna worry about cable management, which is where this guy comes in. This is the Seasonic Prime 1300. Now this is just incredibly overkill, which is much better than what other people like Andy and James did, where they had their power supplies explode. Tynan's gone the other way, and I'd say you're being kind of wasteful buying this, but we're pretty clearly not making a price to performance machine anyway.
I prefer to just have a power supply that is good and over-spec'd so I don't have to worry about it. And I've always done that for all my builds.
You can also thief 12 volts off of it for your project.
I definitely have done that.
Oh, wow, this got heavy fast.
Would you like a hand?
Nope.
Bye. I'm taking a stab at putting some holes in this acrylic plate so we can attach it to the case and not just have it floating around like one Mr. Balls company.
I swear to God.
It's fine. It only went through the things that didn't matter.
This isn't even tight.
I have a fun note here. I have cable mod cables.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's just think logically about this for a second. Does it need to be this long?
Your first problem was assuming that I was logical about any part of this build. I also got a couple of different GPU cables because I wasn't sure which GPU I was gonna get.
The good news is the 1.5" that's on this side will look pretty good.
What? Yeah, that checks out.
Do you happen to have cable ties or zip ties or anything of that nature?
Somewhere. I'm a very organized person. Found them.
Do you have more?
Row.
I guess before I get too deep into cable management, we should add the fans in. Fortunately, these fans have excellent cable management built in. They have just these contacts on them. So instead of having to run, RGB and fan power for every single one, you just do that for one of them. And then they just slot together something like, Something like that. Cable management is nearly done, and here is where having this much cable is going to become a little bit of an issue.
Oh my gosh. My fallback was I'd rather have too much cable than not enough cable, but I may have gone too far. Hooray for having the second power supply space, because otherwise we'd be boned.
Okay, I think we are ready to begin the water cooling bit of this. But before we do that, I want to talk about what we did yesterday.
This is an induction heater or an induction forge. It takes power out of the wall, pumps it through a whole bunch of stuff, and then on the other side can get steel or other metals red hot or potentially melt them with enough power.
For very obvious reasons, we are not going to be using this in Tynan's 1-bedroom apartment.
No.
So instead, we are no longer in Tynan's apartment and instead in the workshop. This thing is legitimately very terrifying. These capacitors right here, they're fine. You can touch them.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
But
don't.
you could.
You can. This guy, it won't just murder you, it will send you across the room as it murders you. Why?
Why not?
Let's have a look at what you've built here over the past, what, 5, 6 months?
6 months.
God, this thing's actually terrifying.
There's a lot going on. This particular capacitor I had to buy from Israel. This is their smallest, one of their smallest versions. It can handle the entire power service to the lab.
Oh! So that's like considerably more than like the transformer we have for this entire building.
This is also extremely high frequency.
So how does an induction heater work? I put this piece of steel into this and it gets hot, but why?
One thing in metals, their electrons don't like moving around quickly or switching directions. What this does is kicks them back and forth really fast.
Intel, powering your dreams. So how many volts are we talking here?
It's something in the neighborhood of like 200 amps and could potentially resonate up to like 400 volts, depending on how it works out.
So it's more the amps that are having a fun time, not the voltage.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not worried about it capping out really, really quickly, but this capacitor needs to be cooled.
And it's cooled just by this soldered on piece of copper tube?
Currently, yes. All right, so that is all hooked up and hopefully won't leak water right next to all of the high power electronics. I would probably recommend plugging into 2 different circuits. For what we're doing right now, it's fine. I have the breaker, which is currently on. I have this switch, which is now on. So now this is a don't touch anything in here moment. This power supply, its entire job is to run the fans, pump, and the control electronics. I have it hooked up to another more different switch on the front. That is what actually turns on the main driving board. And that's what starts everything going. I also have a nice display on the front, which you can't read if you're outside of the horrifically awful viewing angle.
So should we try and melt something?
All right, she's on. I have no idea how much power it's drawing. I should probably be in a different place, but it's fine.
It's not heating up a whole lot. It's at like 30 degrees right now.
This thing has an adjustable frequency, and ideally, it's matched to this coil. I'm pretty sure it's not.
So you turn that potentiometer, that changes the frequency and hopefully matches this. How do you know when it's matched?
When it pulls a lot of current at a given voltage.
Ah, so we're just looking for, oh.
Holy sh**. Okay. What? It peaked at like 16 amps or something? Very quickly. Another fun thing about breakers, if you hit them right at the number they're rated for, they take a really long time to blow. So I think we found the spot. I'm awake now.
Yeah, that's working a lot better.
Yeah, it's now at a lower voltage and drawing more than twice as much current.
No, it's over 100 now. That's getting very hot very fast. It looks like 120. Okay, I need to...
And it's smoking.
Oh yeah.
We have problems.
Oh, that's really hot now.
Uh-huh.
That's at 346 degrees. That's kind of terrifying.
All right, actually I'm gonna just hit that because we can do something really dumb. Plug it into the router.
Will this blow up?
It may break, but if it breaks, it did its job. So this is where we start treading into unproven grounds.
Oh, you haven't tested this?
I actually tested that the capacitors weren't gonna be overvolted. They will not blow up. However, this part I have not tested. It's not gonna be very exciting at the first little bit, I don't think. Hopefully.
All right, I'm gonna turn on Mr. Fleer. What just happened?
It's fine, everything is fine. These are really big capacitors. When I plugged it in, there's enough power going into this that it sparked.
It's a good thing we have the safety tape on there. Editor, don't use this, but... I am the one that assembled this cord. It's not rated for this. Do you see how bright this light is?
In Alex's defense, this cable is fine because it's a current limit. The dangerous part is the fact this is a standard North American outlet.
Nothing did happen.
Hooray, that's a win. Okay, you get 291 volts, which means...
What?
Well, when you rectify it out.
Oh.
It's peak to peak. It's about a 2x delta in the voltage. I have no idea how that's gonna scale with how much current this thing pulls. My goal here was to blow the breaker here and not on the wall. This breaker dies, I don't care. The one in the wall dies, we need to call an electrician. Don't replace your own breakers.
I thought you were just supposed to put aluminum foil in there.
No, it's a penny.
That's why they stopped giving you pennies in Canada.
No! Do not do that.
So you want us to have eye protection and you just grabbed a face shield. Why?
I don't know what's gonna happen. If this works way better than I think it's going to, and the steel just gets ridiculously hot really quickly, I just don't wanna risk it. Oh, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's working pretty well.
Oh my lord, it's already smoking.
200. Wow, that's going up fast.
It is drawing 11 amps
11 amps, not
at
bad.
200 volts.
400 degrees Celsius, by the way. We're not using stupid American units. I'm also gonna just have a little gander at the inside
please.
here. It's at 180 degrees right now.
It's smoking. That smells awful.
Can we just air cool it? Like if we just put a server fan right here, do you think it would?
Oh, it would definitely help. I mean, my actual solution, 6 of them instead. What's happening here is I'm just pushing way too much power through it, and it's generating a ton of losses inside of it in the form of heat. That is a fix for me later. Learning time. The reason you don't poke around in power supplies, and you hear this from everybody, is capacitors hold charge for a while. So if I turn this on, the fuse blows. That's fun.
What?
Why did that happen? That's the voltage across the capacitors. It's not connected anymore.
Oh!
That's why people say do not open up power supplies, because a lot of them will actually have voltages close to this high in them.
In general, when I touch things, I don't want to get launched.
I don't know what I would want to touch less in here.
I would touch the fan. Our toroid is currently at 114 degrees with the help of Blowimatron.
Oh my god.
It's dropping, but it's not dropping fast. Honestly, I was hoping that it would cool it down a little bit better than that, but I think we should still run it.
When I plug this in, it's hot, which means we're gonna have spark.
Exciting.
I hate it. Okay, hopefully that worked. 291 volts. Okay,
Beautiful.
cool. We've removed a bunch of the safety stuff. I'm not as concerned about lighting myself on fire, so that's good. And on.
Oh, yep, that gets hot pretty fast.
It tends to be pretty quick right at the start, and then once it hits a certain temperature of like glowing red hot, it'll skyrocket again. It's drawing 1400 watts.
Wow. The bar's over 500 now.
Hey, the power's going up now. 2 kilowatts. Holy shiza balls. 16 amps. 17 amps. 18?
Yeah, you might want to turn it off.
It was drawing 24 amps.
The bottom of the toroid's really frickin' hot.
Oh yeah, I can see it's discolored.
160 degrees, which is concerning, for sure.
It's hot.
But the bottom, where the fan isn't getting, is 250.
Oh wow. Oh nope, that's 100% the epoxy coating. Yep, that is actually
That's a lot of smoke.
That is just the epoxy turning black.
Thank you, past Tynan and Alex. Let's water cool a computer.
This thing still smells like smoke, by the way.
So one thing you have to remember about hardline tubing is that it's hard.
As with most of these runs, it's designed to theoretically be simple.
The good news is, since it's all run in a way so that the tubes can't really come out, he doesn't have to worry as much about the tubes coming out and it leaking, because they physically cannot. One thing we forgot to do before we put the fill thing here, we probably should have pressure tested it.
Yes.
Also, do you have distilled water?
No.
Oh.
No, this is what the EK stuff's for. It's fun.
Oh wow, look at this.
Oh, it fits.
That's such a good fit.
Is it too good of a fit?
No, it's a perfect fit.
I'm actually legitimately surprised that there was not any water spillage just now. Okay, we probably don't want to turn on the system, or do we care that much?
We don't, but we also don't have another power supply. And I don't think this is gonna leak.
Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh, that sounds so terrible. Yeah, it's a bunch of air in the pump.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
On the bright side, I have another one.
Oh, nice.
Woo! If it's moving for the time being, I don't care. Oh, this is empty. Maybe with a PWM, it won't be as bad.
No, nothing is like actually spinning.
Wait, how did we hook that up?
Wait, yeah, what?
Wait, hey, what?
Is this one on?
Yes.
I'm guessing we need this for your fans, which means for you to control RGB on them, you probably need to plug in this guy.
My payoff is just that it looks pretty. It doesn't need to work.
You want to hold these for a little bit?
Oh,
People are always so scared about getting water in their computers. It's fine.
yes. I have spilt non-trivial amounts of water in this monstrosity.
What about we take that piece of acrylic out, wipe it, and then put it back in? So many things to get fingerprints on them.
That is good enough. Cool, all right. Now we get to move this beast. I'm gonna remove a dog door. There definitely wasn't 15 things in the way getting this PC in here.
That's good. It would have been pretty inconvenient if there's 15 things in the way.
Kick a chair, kick a ball, it's fine. Ow, it's really sharp.
Okay, we're supposed to test this PC, but I have a question. Why is there a door behind your door?
To have the drum kit functional there, I had to remove both of them. You'll notice that that door could not close. It's also inconveniently covering the electrical panel in here, so I really don't want to blow any breakers. It's fine. We have one fan spinning. Oh, that's fun.
That's fine.
Turns out you just have to install their software.
Do you want to do the peels?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you didn't put the screw in.
I forgot that, yeah. I have to say though, this is a fantastic looking computer. Like, of all the Intel upgrade ones, I think this is the best.
Was also a tremendous pain in the ass.
Yeah, there's no way, I don't want this, but I'm very happy it exists. Can you not wait to have 15% of your CPU just get used up by RGB software?
And they ask you to install Norton. No.
Before we close this out, I want to go listen to your soundbar. I don't know if we told you, but he lost the mount for it, so that's why it's not on the wall.
The dog is very curious about the soundbar. There's definitely a difference for the max bass.
Yeah. But it sounds so much better when it's on mid. Max is like blah, 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 blah. Tynan, do you have motion smoothing on?
Yes, I do.
I can't believe this. This guy works with Linus Tech Tips. What the hell? Please help your friends. Turn off motion smoothing. Your build's fantastic. Your other build's terrifying. I like your dog. Thank you, Intel.
Also go check out the Floatplane exclusive where there's Lord knows too much stuff that I spent building all of this crap.
Hit like, get subscribed, and if you want to watch something else, maybe watch, I don't know, I guess my Intel upgrade, sure.